Hello, this is the Lord's Legion and welcome back to The Lord Speaks. And in this video I want to talk about something rather interesting. Now at the time of this recording, 2 weeks ago I have made a top 10 list on the characters I would want to see for Marvel vs Capcom Infinite. And of course that video has skyrocketed to the point where it became my second most viewed video ever on YouTube. And for a small YouTuber like myself, this is fucking amazing. However, despite how the likes outweigh the dislikes also have a pretty good chunk in there as well. And as far as I can gather, this is all to do with Howard the Duck's inclusion on my list, as further proven by the comments that I've received. So in this video I'm going to be explaining a little more in detail as to why I think Howard the Duck should be in Marvel vs Capcom Infinite. This video may get a lot of dislikes, but I don't really give a shit, as this video is essentially a middle finger towards everyone who doubts Howard the Duck, as well as being a little more informative as to why I think Howard the Duck has a good chance of being on the game. And just making this clear, would I rather see characters such as Daredevil, Star-Lord, or even Kang? Of course I do. But why I've included Howard the Duck on the list in the first place is purely because he has a pretty good chance whether you like it or not. And I do have my reasons as to why I think Howard the Duck has a pretty good chance in being in Marvel vs Capcom Infinite. So let's break it down. So why I think Howard the Duck has a pretty good chance of being in Marvel vs Capcom Infinite is purely because, like I said in the original list, is because the Howard the Duck is a very outlandish character. And Capcom is no stranger in adding outlandish characters in other games, especially Marvel vs Capcom. Don't believe me? Just go back to Ultimate Marvel vs Capcom 3 and look at the characters that have been added in that game. And these characters I'm about to introduce to you are very obscure in their own right. You've got Beautiful Joe, who's a bit out there. You've also got MODOK, who although looks odd is still kind of obscure. You've got Firebrand, who's kind of a random ass character. Hell, even Rocket Raccoon before he even got big with Guardians of the Galaxy's there. Oh, and let's not forget Phoenix Wright, who isn't even a fighting character. Hell, even Deadpool to a certain extent is kind of obscure in his own right. And considering how Howard the Duck fits into that obscure joke character mold, why not include him in a game when they've already done it in the past? Which is why Howard the Duck has quite a strange yet dedicated fan base of his own, purely because he always gets underestimated in the real world as well as his wacky adventures. Plus let's not forget how Howard the Duck got his own film before even the X-Men. Quality of the film aside, that does kinda tell you something. And plus it's also worth noting that Howard the Duck has been getting such a huge push over the years, as not only does Howard the Duck get included into more comic books over the last few years, but he also has his ongoing series as well. And people clearly like this character because otherwise they wouldn't include him in so many comics. And this big push is going beyond the comics, as Howard the Duck has been included in the LEGO Marvel video game, as well as the now cancelled Marvel Avengers Alliance video game as well. And to top it all off, Howard the Duck is the latest inclusion of Contest of Champions, and that is a fighting game. And before anyone dares to say that this game is meant to be more based within the MCU, boom, he exists in the MCU already. No excuses, Capcom, no excuses. And it's also worth noting that the MCU Howard the Duck has also voiced him in the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series. So he's clearly getting a big push, people. And if Howard the Duck does get into Marvel vs Capcom Infinite, you can go back to me and say I told you so and go and suck my dick. Okay, I know I've been banging on about Howard the Duck for so long, but really I just wanted to make a video on it just to explain into more detail as to why I included him on my original list in the first place. Plus you cannot deny how amazing it would be to have Howard the Duck kick Rocket Raccoon's ass. So this pretty much concludes this video. And what do you guys think of Howard the Duck? Would you like to see him be included in Marvel vs Capcom Infinite? Please comment below and share some thoughts. And if you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel as well. And as always, thank you for watching, take care and have a good one.